Hey guys, Guardian Gaming here, bringing you another how to make video series where I show you guys how to make all of your favorite characters in DC Universe Online, whether it be from Marvel, DC, film, comics, or television. This is an aspect of the game that I really enjoy. I think it's one of the best aspects about the game. I've been doing it since I first started playing back in 2016. And I don't think any other game gives you anywhere near as much creative freedom as this game does when it comes to creating characters. I mean, there's just so much choice in what you can do. And that in turn just allows you to not only create some amazing original characters like Guardian here, who I am actually writing some comics about, and that's where he originally came from. Yes, stay tuned for that. But also, to cosplay as already established characters, like Spider-Man, Thor, Sentry. They're all characters I've done, and I'm able to do it just because of the sheer amount of choice you get in this game. So if you have any ideas at all of characters you would like to see me do, please let me know. Please just post in the comments and let me know what characters you'd like to see me do. Like, if you've got any suggestions, just post them, because I'd be more than happy to do it. And hopefully if this series gets more popular, that's how this will work. I was thinking we could have a vote on who you guys would like to see, and basically whoever gets the most mentions is who I'd end up doing in the next video. But that's a long way off yet. I need to get the views up. So please subscribe. Obligatory please subscribe request. Over with now. So I won't mention that again. Feels weird saying it. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So today we're going to be doing Homelander. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, season 2 of The Boys just released on Amazon Prime, which I'm so hyped for. I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to be watching it as soon as this video is up. But apparently they only released 3 episodes, which I'm a little bit gutted about, because I was really hoping to just sit down in my underwear, eating Doritos in my bed, and binge watching the entire series. But apparently my dignity is going to have to remain relatively intact. So, if you don't know what The Boys is, it's basically... it's sort of like a dark parody of the superhero genre, and it's fantastic. Like, it's just so good, and it just turns the genre on its head and looks at it from a completely different angle, and it's super original, and you guys have to watch it. So if you haven't seen it, go watch season 1, because it's insane. And Homelander is insane. If you guys don't know who Homelander is, he's basically a dark version of Superman. Which I know, if you're a comic fan, you're like, oh yeah, that hasn't been done before. But trust me, like, Homelander he's something else, man. Like, you just need to go read the comic and watch the TV series, because he does some messed up stuff, man. Like, people are terrified of him, and with good reason. Anyway, I digress. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to style, and we're going to choose the eye style Power of Zeus. Now, you don't actually need this one, which is fortunate, because this is by far the rarest, most expensive style in this cosplay that I'm doing. Only reason I'm putting it in is because, Homelander's actually not a hero, he's a villain, and he's a pretty terrifying villain, and so I want him to look menacing, and I think these eyes best accomplish that. So we're going to pop those on. And then we're going to go to shoulders, and we're going to use the Kryptonian Medico shoulders. Now, these are super easy to get. You can buy them from the vendor in the Watchtower in the Meta Wing. I'm not sure which room it's in. I know there's multiple vendors, but if you go to the Meta Wing, there's a vendor in there, and you can buy it from there. And it's super cheap. You only you need to pay a few source marks for it. The only thing is that the set is way back from the original kind of game, where they had sets that were actually only available to specific roles, which fortunately they abandoned fairly early on. But yeah, if you want to get this and buy it, you're going to have to be a healer. If you're not a healer, I'd say the best way to get it is just to do a power swap temporarily and just buy the gear from there, because you get feats for it for one, and the alternative is getting it from a Promethean lockbox, which just take forever. So yeah, if you're going to buy it, make sure you've got you've got a healing power or a healing toon that can buy it. For the cape, we're going to use Amazon Strategos. This is available from vending Unit 10 in Gotham Under Siege. Again, super cheap. Don't need to pay a lot of money for it. So another easy style to do. For the chest, we're going to be using the Star Labs jacket. You get this from completing the Star Labs briefing, which when you just say it like that, sounds like a lot of work. It's really not. There's a guide available on, if you just Google Star Labs briefing DC Universe Online on Google. There's a couple of guides that just show you where to find all the briefings. I've completed it in I think it's a couple of hours, if that. It really doesn't take long at all. You can easily do it inside a day. So yeah, it's really another really easy style to get. For the belt, we want Abyssal. You get this from the Atlantis time capsule, and it's not a rare drop, so you should get this fairly early on. If you've got a few free stabilizers to use, you should be able to get that. And for the legs, we're going to use Owl Suit, and this you can just pick up from the vendor in Earth 3, and that's only for a few source marks as well. And then for feet, we're going to get Stalwart Defender, which does only drop from Promethean lockboxes. However, you can just buy it from the broker, and it's usually up in the broker quite often for between $1 to $3 million. So again, it's pretty cheap as well. At least if you're a relatively experienced player. If you're even if you're intermediate to experienced, you should be able to get the boots. And we'll just need to change the colour on those as well, because this blue is going to become a red. There we go. Now for the hair, we're going to be using the Con Job hairstyle, which you get from Chaos Gotham. This one actually is a little bit harder to get, although it will only cost you, I think it's 150 or 200 source marks you can buy this for from the vendor in Chaos Gotham. So it's not hard to get in the sense that it's available. It costs quite a lot of source marks, but you get source marks fairly quickly. So if you just farm a few raids, you should have enough for this in a few days. Now we're just going to go to colors. Now we're going to want to darken the blue on this, because obviously this is that we're doing the Homelander from the TV series, and as TV and movie people like to do, they never go for the bright colors from comics. They always darken the colors, I think because it's to try and obviously just make it more grounded in reality, because I think if you had characters on TV flying around in the costumes they have in comics, it would be a little hard to take them seriously, I think, with a few exceptions of course, but I think that's a general rule. Now for my eyes, we actually want to make this more red, so if we put it there we go. And for the hair, we want that blonde, so let's put that around about there. There we go. Actually, let's bring it back a little bit. There we go. So he's actually pretty much done now. All we need to do now is just change the material from glorious to gold, which we're now going to do. And there we have it. There is our finished Homelander, who, I have to say, I think looks really cool. I think that's a pretty good approximation of what he looks like in the film, in the TV series. Sorry. And I think those shoulders by far are the most accurate representation of his shoulders. They've got a bit of a wing motif to them, and if you guys do have any suggestions for better styles I could use, let me know. I will definitely check them out. Chances are I've chosen this style over the one you're suggesting just because I personally think it looks better. That's not to say that your suggestion, isn't good or anything like that. It's, it's just personal preference on what, I want my character to look like. But which is what this whole series of videos is. This is just a guide really, and there's no right or wrong way of doing this. You guys can take any approach you want to doing this. This is just kind of, to give you guys a stepping stone to use to kind of get to your own characters and get to creating your own versions of characters. But obviously, if you do want to copy this, you can as well. Just whatever you want to do with it, is the right thing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And actually, before I end the video, one thing we want to do is actually just take off the eyes. So it's just so you can see what he looks like without them. Now this is actually a more accurate version of what he looks like in the series. But there you go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will be back soon enough with another how to make video. If you do have any suggestions, post them in the comments. But that's all, and I'll catch you guys later.